Mayor, I know about that. Right? Matthew is your honor. Right? It's really my pleasure. My name is Leanne Fitzgerald, and I've known Matthew for the past 3 years. We've had basically an academic relationship, but Brian Rome stole my little line because when I first decided to nominate Matthew, I immediately reached out to several people who know Matthew in a different capacity, and within seconds, I got a response, and a long response from several of his coaches, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I wanted to share with you, Matthew is a senior, he's a member of the graduating class of 2016, and he really stands out among his peers in terms of his personality, his diligence, his hard work. He's very curious, he's very engaging, and he's really a pleasure to know. I witnessed Matthew exhibit all of these qualities in the past 3 years. I'm excited for him as I will miss him, but I'm not crabby. And I'm really excited for him in the new steps he's going to take. So the people I reached out to were his coaches, because Matthew has been a very integral part of HP Giants for the past 4 years. He's been involved in the football program, he's been involved in the basketball program, and he's a varsity tennis player. And I appreciate his coaches being here this morning to support him. As a teammate, Matthew is a hard worker, he's a great teammate, he's a tough competitor. Matthew understands what being part of a team is and what HP tennis is all about. And that was from his tennis coach. Matthew's also been a very valued member of the basketball program. His love of sports and numbers has helped him to serve as our statistician. He's a great teammate and helps the coaches and players in every way possible. His participation is critical to the team. And then I also reached out to another coach who's not here, who's actually teaching and coaching at another school, who knows Matthew from football. He said that Matthew prepared the team for all their away games. He took pride in his work. He never complained. But I think a really positive story to share with you, and his tennis coach shared this with me. When I asked Matthew the other day what his highlight from Highland Park High School, what he would remember most, he shared with me winning conference for tennis. And his coach shared a little bit more than that. Last year, right, it was last year, there was a member of the team who I believe got sick at the last minute, and the coach needed somebody to step up and participate. And again, the focus was just participate in this tournament. It wasn't on, I need someone to win, what are we gonna do if we don't win? So Matthew very graciously took a risk and stepped up and not only won his singles tournament, but he contributed points and the team took conference. I thought it was interesting that was also, Matthew's highlight. I also asked him what advice he would give to freshmen. And I think this is something that Matthew has followed his whole career in high school. He said, be yourself, find yourself, and set your goals. And Matthew's been an excellent example of doing those 3 things. But a couple of things I want to share with you real quickly. We've all had good days, right? We've all had good weeks, yes? This has been an extraordinary month for Matthew. I think the beginning of April started, or the middle of April started, with Matthew making a decision after 4 very long years of high school, working very hard. He applied to and was accepted at many, many top colleges and made a choice to attend Bradley University next year. So that was a great decision. It was something special for Matthew. Another thing that happened to Matthew, he was nominated for Student of the Quarter, which I think he really appreciated that. Another thing that happened to Matthew, and I haven't shared this with him, is Matthew made the newspaper. I don't know if any of you saw this, but another tennis match, right, Coach? Yeah. Glenbrook's out. I think two teammates couldn't play. maybe were out, and there were 3, actually, when I went online to look at this article, there were 3 students who were photographed, but it was Matthew who made the newspaper. So Matthew, this is for you. But the most extraordinary thing that I think has happened to Matthew, and again, an example of his risk-taking, is Matthew decided he wanted to try out as graduation speaker for this year's commencement. He had to work on a speech, he had to practice it a lot, he had to perform it in front of counselors and administrators. I saw him practicing nervously in the hall before he walked into the CRC. And I'd like to present to you this year's graduation speaker. That is an extraordinary month for you. I'm very proud of you. I think you're going to do wonderful things in the future, and I wish you all the best.